Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. Thanks very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, Mick is my name and I am in fact the video guy. Today's vlog is slightly different, kind of different than other vlogs in that it's a product review. If you've been following the vlogs recently, you'll know that I got a puppy as a birthday present from my family. It's an old English sheepdog and Beamish is his name. And one of the things I wanted to do was try and keep him clean as possible for as long as possible and as often as possible. So with that in mind, I invested in what's called a Gravitis Pet grooming hair dryer, blower, whatever you want to call it. Picked it up on Amazon for about 90 euros delivered. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. Gravitis are not paying me to say anything kind about their products. I'm going to open the box, show you what's inside in it, and then I'm going to wash the dog and then get him in and demonstrate the blower in action and then give you my opinions on it. If you want more information on the actual blower, I'll leave a link in the description below with the model and description, etc. So opening the box, you obviously get your instructions. You get a bag of tricks. You get a glove that has sort of like rubber teeth, for want of a better word. Now, I've got big hands and it's a tight fit. It's a snug fit, but you know, if your hands are slightly smaller, then it'll be even nicer. But this is a tight fit. Not sure how much I'll end up using that, especially the fact that I'm right-handed. I don't know. So there's the glove. You also get some attachments for the blower itself. So you've got a narrow, there's one with a teeth. I'll make sure you can see that there. I'm not sure if you can see it on the GoPro. You can see it on this camera, I think, probably. There's also a wider one, and I think this will be the one that I'll end up using the most, this one. It's like a funnel where it directs the air, narrows the air coming out, and you get a brush as well with it, and then you get a massive hose. The machine itself is a tidy little machine. It has a nice long lead on it. The lead is about, I'd say it's about 8 feet long by the looks of it. It has a heater button and an on and off switch. To connect the hose to the machine, you insert it like so. Now there's a little ring that you separate from the plastic itself, and then you twist it until it snaps and you hear a click. There it is. So that's in place. Like I said, the hose is quite long. A couple of things you need to be aware of when you do go to use it. Sometimes when you turn it on, there is a kind of a whistling sound, so just be aware of that. Also, if this is your first time using the dryer with your dog, what I would recommend is, first of all, let the dryer around the house where the dog is, so the dog gets used to it. He sees it, or she sees it, he sniffs it, does all of that type of stuff, gets that all out of the way. Possibly then turn on the dryer with the dog in the room with you, but again, don't point it directly at the dog, because unless the dog is used to it, you might frighten the dog, and we don't want that. And it's just for the sake of the dog, really, that you just sort of desensitize it with regards to the actual machine itself. Now, I'm going to go in, I'm going to wash the dog, and I'll be back, and then I'll give you a demonstration of how this works. So this is Beamish. Say hi, Beamish. I'll talk about the different shampoos and stuff I use at a different time, and eventually I'll talk about the grooming of the Old English Sheepdog. For anybody who hasn't had an Old English Sheepdog before, this Beamish is my 4th Old English Sheepdog. I've had 3 others before, obviously. One as a teenager, and then 2 together a number of years ago, and sadly they passed away. Like I said, if you want to see how we ended up with Beamish, I'll leave a link in the description below. I'm a little bit wet. Oh, that microphone is on. It is. Now, so apart from towel drying the dog for a couple of minutes, just to try and get as much of the excess water off him as possible. By the way, this thing here is a Gravitis blower arm, which nicely holds the blower itself. It can be lowered and higher depending on what size the dog is. And again, it's not sponsored. Now, I'm going to turn on the blower. I'm going to hold on to the dog because I don't want him to get frightened, and there possibly will be a bit of a whistle. So let me just see, now the heat is on, and hold on to the dog. And after a second or two, it stops. Beginning at the back and allowing the Gravitis arm to hold the Gravitis pet blower, I use both my hands to rub the dog's hair to help remove some of the excess water. Eventually, I remove the hose from the arm, mainly because I don't have the overhead neck or body restraint just yet. I do now, but it hadn't arrived at the time of making this video. At this stage, I'm not pushed as to what I'm actually drying, whether it's the legs, the paws, the back, or the undercarriage, but I avoid the head and the chest. When it comes to the head, I hold the blower slightly further away. Now you can bring it closer, but you might need to lower the power initially. Something you should note is how I covered the dog's ears from the high powered blower. I can assure you I'm not hurting the dog in any way, but I'm just holding and protecting his ears carefully. Also, when it comes to the head and face area, I hold the blower slightly lower than his face. I want to avoid pointing the blower directly at the dog's face. That took about half an hour just to get him bone dry, and he is bone dry. He's lovely and soft and fluffy. I suspect as he gets older and gets bigger, it might take a wee bit longer. I'm also going to have to lower the table, otherwise I'm going to be up here. If you have a long-haired breed of a dog, I would highly, highly, highly recommend the Gravitis Pet Hair Dryer. Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? And the arm. I get the arm as well. Recommend both of them. And I have the bar with the leads coming down to hold on to him as well. So then I'll be able to use both hands. And this thing, I haven't clamped it on properly yet. I'll have to do that as well. So there you go. That's my recommendation. Anyway, what do you think of it? Do you like it? You're shaking. He does that. He shakes all the time, like myself. So that's Beamish. Nice and fluffy and clean. This part here, the discoloration, that's something that we're going to tackle in the coming weeks as well. I'm using a particular shampoo at the moment, but I want to give it another while before I can say yay or nay or recommend it. I've ordered a couple of other ones as well. And I've tried a couple of homemade solutions, but so far it's not exactly working as planned. I've changed the water. If anybody's got any recommendations, if you have a long-haired breed dog, as to what products to use to keep his beard white, brilliant white or whatever, rather than it being discolored, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have any comments on with regards the Gravitis hair dryer, blower, whatever you want to call it, please leave any comments in the comment section below as well. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that was useful for you. We're going to be doing lots more videos, hopefully, with Beamish as he gets older. He's a fabulous dog, fabulous dog. They're a fabulous breed. And if you have an Old English Sheepdog, then you know what I'm talking about. But until the next time, thanks for watching. And yeah, mind yourself. Now,